All right, so what I'm going to do is just use this one light to create several different looks using various modifiers. I have the trigger hooked up here via this flash cable to my camera. And I would argue it's better to buy just one light with several different kinds of modifiers and light stands rather than buying 2, 3, or 4 of these lights. Your money is much better spent in light modifiers. And you don't have to spend that much. The first thing you need to get is sort of this Bones mount adapter so you can attach your flash onto a light stand and then attach any standard Bones mount type light modifier. So I'm going to start out with the most simple ones. I have a 30 by 60 softbox. These are like maybe $40 or $50. They're not that expensive. And I have a couple light stands here. So this Bones mount adapter, basically you just plug the flash in here. And I'll have links down below for all this stuff. This one here is made by Neewer as well. And then this will just hook up to the light stand like this. And then I'll just attach this modifier. Now before we go any further, I want to show you how to pair up the Neewer Z2 Pro flash with the Neewer QPRO wireless trigger. And it's very easy to do. I just have to match the channel, the group, and the ID number. So let's start with the flash. Let's go into the menu. And we're going to scroll down to scan. Now we've already done the scan and found that channel 19 is the clear channel, so we'll leave that there on channel 19. And then we'll scroll down to RX compatibility. We'll make sure this is turned off because we're going to be using the native Q trigger with the flash. If I turn this on, that's when we might be using the Godox trigger, but I'm going to use the native trigger here. So we're all set. And now I need to put the flash into receiver mode. So I just push this button here with the double arrow, and I put it into RX mode. And I'll show you the TX mode in a minute. So click there. Now we're in receiver mode, so we have a big RX here. You can see we're in group A, channel 19, ID 00, and then we have a Wi-Fi icon up here. So let's go ahead and put the trigger into channel 19. So to do that, we have very similar to the flash. We have a row of buttons here, and the blocks above them correspond to the button. So this is a dual function button. So we have zoom control and we have channel. So to get the channel, I just push and hold this, and then I rotate the wheel until I get to channel 19. And we're set. We'll hit the return button here. Now the flash is on group A, and I have group A right now turned on to be in manual mode at 1/8 power. But I can change that to TTL. I just select group A and then click the mode button here. I can go to TTL mode, for example. And you can see the flash is changing together with the trigger. But let's go ahead and put this back into manual mode. So I'm going to click group A and change this back to manual and then return. Now I want to double check the ID number because that's can also sometimes be a problem why people can't get their flashes to fire. So we're on ID 00. So to get to the ID number on the trigger, we go into the menu and we just scroll up and down until we see ID number. And I want to make sure it's turned off to be on channel 00. But to set it, I can click the set button and rotate the wheel, and you can see it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and we can go up to 99. But we're going to go ahead and turn that off, which is effectively 00, and we'll click set and then return. Now I have the modifier pointed about 45 degrees down. And I have the lower part of the modifier right about here where my nose or chin is when I'm sitting down. And it's just a little bit in front of the chair. So very simple setup. So let's see what kind of look we can get with this. Now for my camera settings, actually, I'm going to be at 1/250th of a second, f2.8, and ISO 100. And I'm going to take my first picture. Always needs to be kind of a black frame where none of the ambient light here that are in the room are going to affect the exposure. So let's just take a quick shot without flash. So I'm going to turn the trigger off, take a picture here. And yeah, I got a completely black frame. So the only light that I'm going to be getting is going to be coming from the flash. So I'm going to turn the flash on, and I'm going to be also working in full manual with the flash. So I like to start out at, say, 1/32 power. It's kind of midway between full power and minimum power at 1/256. And just do a test shot and see how that looks. Okay, so not bad. Very low key. A little bit dark, so I'm just going to increase it by 1 stop, and I like to work in full 1 stop increments. And then I can always adjust in post-processing anything in between 1 stop. So now I'm at 1/16th power. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm roughly about 4 feet from the backdrop. It's just a standard gray backdrop. So that's why the background is really dark. If I wanted the background to be a little bit lighter, I would just move closer to the backdrop. And if I want it to be even darker, I'd just move a little bit further away. But I found about 4 or 5 feet from the backdrop is a good distance. All right, so what I want to do now is actually try to fill in the shadows here on my left side so they're not so dark. And I can do that with just a bounce card. I bought some foam board from Walmart, and I'm just going to hang it on this light stand and put it next to me. And this is a really cheap light stand. I paid like $10 at Goodwill or something for it, but that looks like a good location there. Yeah, and I'm going to bring this as close as I can and not be in the frame. So right about there. All right, let's take another shot. All right, very good. That looks really nice. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the light behind the backdrop, but up high, so that when it flashes, it fires down and will light up my shoulders and my hair. But then I'm going to use the same bounce card to bounce the light back forward to fill in the shadows of my face so I don't get a silhouette. So first, let's take a shot without the bounce cards and just see what it looks like coming back from behind. And I'm going to move this back out of the way. All right, not bad. I think I'm going to need more power so that there's enough light to bounce back from the foam board. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the flash power about 2 stops brighter. Let's try 1/4 power. So go 1/16, 1/8, and then 1/4. Okay, not bad. So now I'm going to use the bounce cards to bring light back into my face. I have another light stand clip, and these are literally just clips. And you can get 2 of these for about $16. Again, I'll have these in the links below. All right, not bad. All right, now I want to do sort of a film noir look with very harsh shadows, low key, and maybe sort of a light dark type of photography. So what I did is I moved the chair back a little bit closer to the backdrop, and I'm just using bare flash, and that's going to create the hard light. And I moved it very close to me, so the light fall off is going to be very fast as well to create those deep shadows. And I need to adjust the flash power, so I'm going to start at 1/32 and see what that looks like. Again, that's sort of middle of the road. I know that's probably going to be too bright, but let's give it a shot, and then I can adjust from there. And I'm going to change my profile to black and white. Okay, very good. Let's see how that looks. And maybe do a little different pose, a little more casual. Okay, not bad. Again, it's a little bit too hot, so I'm going to lower the power to 1/64th. And I'm going to move the light just a little bit further away from my face, not quite so as direct, because I want the right side of my face to be completely black. So let's go to 1/64th. I don't want to show the chair quite as much, so let me move over like this. All right, that looks pretty good. I have my affiliate links down below to everything that I used today, and if you'd like to see more tutorials like this, let me know in the comments section. And if you want to support the channel, you can become a member, buy me a coffee, or make a donation directly in the links below. They are greatly appreciated. And that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.